good afternoon, all the things. Welcome to MJ Unscripted. I am MJ, and I am so glad you have joined us. How do you know you're in the right place? You're a person who is destined to become a better version of yourself. Today, I have with me the lovely Chef Tori. Hello, Chef.
How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I'm so glad you decided to join me today, and I'm excited to learn everything that you have to share with us.
Yes.
So, can you just start off by telling us a little bit about who is Chef Tori?
Okay, so who is Chef Tori? Chef Tori is a woman of many, many hats.
Okay.
So a little background about me. I'm from Newark, New Jersey, born and raised.
Okay.
I joined the Army when I was 17 years old.
Okay.
Right out of high
straight
school.
out. Okay.
Right out of high school because it was a lot of things going on in my life that I wanted to get away from.
Okay.
So the Army was like the perfect opportunity. I had a track scholarship and I dubbed that track scholarship to go into the Army because I just wanted to get away.
Okay.
So I joined the National Guard first.
Okay.
And then in 2009, I went active duty.
Okay.
And it changed my life. I served almost 17 years in the military.
Thank you for your service.
You're welcome. And I retired. They medically retired me due to migraines. Because I was a court reporter, paralegal. I also did ammunition for some time.
Okay.
And those things mixed with deployments, I started suffering from really bad migraines.
Okay.
And I was swollen, had cortisol overload and cortisol inflammation, you name it.
Okay.
I was going through it. So I medically retired officially in December 2022.
Okay.
So before they retired me, I was, trying to transition to the civilian thing, and I went to culinary school. And in culinary school, that's when I learned about food.
Okay.
That's when I really learned about food, like the dark side of food, not just what we know as people, as consumers know, like as a person that prepares
the other side
in the industry. So I found out one tomato contained 110 pesticides in it. And I was in food and culture.
Yeah.
And I learned a whole bunch of stuff, how, the FDA works, how other countries regulate their foods, and Americans, we don't do that.
Okay.
But so, and then I went to Bake Shop, and my instructor, Chef Payne, that's my girl, I love her so much. She started explaining to us what hydrogenated oils were.
Okay, you want to explain that to me?
Yeah, so hydrogenated oils never leave your body. Okay. So once you consume it, it goes into your arteries. It goes just throughout your body, and it never gets rid of that oil. So if you ever had like Hostess Twinkies, like cakes from Costco, those contain hydrogenated oils, right? Okay. So I was like, I'm gonna eat air. Yeah. So when I got out the military, let's rewind. I thought I didn't have to do nothing.
Right.
I ain't doing PT no more. I'm not working out. I'm about to eat what I want to eat. I'm about to dye my hair. I'm about to I'm about to go crazy because I joined when I was 17. So I had that restriction on my life for that long. So I was like a little bit wild when I first came out. I was like 32 years old, but I was like 18 again.
Yes.
Because I'm experiencing life
here.
You know. So I just gained a bunch of weight. I gained up to 100 pounds. I was like, wow.
And from the military.
Yes. So I was huge. Okay. I was on different types of medication because of the VA.
Okay.
I was getting Botox. I was, on certain psychotropic medications for depression, anxiety, you name it. I was suffering from it. But food was what, my love of food, my love of cooking was what kept me alive at that time. And then Coach Mel, of course, I joined his program, and then I understood that food and movement were necessary.
Shout out to Coach
Mel. I'm going through school, and I'm finding out all these things about food, and I was like, I gotta change something. So that's how my brand Green Genius was born.
Okay.
I decided to go plant-based. Like I went
you went extreme.
I went full throttle. Like I did a 21-day detox where I only ate raw food. That means like no cooked food.
Right.
And it was so crazy. You never know how much hot food means to you until you can't eat it.
Correct.
So I was dreaming about hot food. And it was like once I got past day 7, it became easier. And I was like, okay. And then that's when I reshaped my palate, and I started realizing the conditions that I had, that I was being medicated for through the VA, they became a little bit more manageable. So I'm like, okay, so what I'm eating is causing me to be ill, you know. And when it was all said and done, after that, I lost the probably let's go back to culinary school. The last semester of culinary school, I lost 40 pounds.
Okay.
Then I transitioned into that raw detox.
Right.
So I wound up losing the 100 pounds, but I gained 20 back because I got a little bit too small.
Okay.
And I was like, because right now I'm like 145. My heaviest was 219.
Okay.
So it was like my weight fluctuated for years. I didn't understand food, and after I went to culinary school and I found out what was in the food, it made me think about nutrition.
Okay.
So I started studying nutrition, performance nutrition, holistic, like this nutrition in general, so I can learn how to build my plate and eat.
Okay.
Because now I don't diet; it's a lifestyle. Like I
Correct.
can't tell you the last time I felt like I needed to lose weight within since 2023 because
Okay.
I understood I had to move, and I understood I had to watch what I was eating and be more intentional. So what my brand focuses on, the nostalgia of what we know and love, like, you know, Wendy's, McDonald's, all those good things that we like so much,
Right.
you know, those ultra processed foods, but I find a way to use whole foods and make it better.
Okay.
So what it does, I focus on sensory. So if I'm biting into a Popeye's chicken sandwich and I'm creating a green genius version of it, it's going to be oyster mushrooms, or it may be a lion's mane mushroom that's in the shape of a chicken patty or whatever. But you're going to get that same crisp, that same crunch, that same feel, that same everything your sensory gets when you're eating something else.
So let me pause you, Chef Tori. You're saying that sometimes we like it's a sensory thing that goes off, which is what's satisfying.
Yes, it's more so the crunch, it's the feel, the taste, the salt.
So we can
seasoning.
get that same feeling even with a healthier choice.
Yes, because I've learned, because culinary arts is art and it's also applied science.
Okay.
So it's like a science experiment in the kitchen. If I know I bite into a chicken sandwich and it bounces off my teeth and gums a certain way, I'm going to make sure I fry those mushrooms. I'm going to make sure I have those same textures, flavor profiles that this Popeye's chicken sandwich has, but I'm not using chicken. I'm using oyster mushrooms or lion's mane.
So you're 100% plant-based at this point?
No, I'm not. I'm plant forward.
Okay, explain the difference.
So plant forward, as I eat mostly plants.
Okay.
And sometimes I may have dairy every once in a while. Sometimes I may have eggs every once in a while.
Okay.
I may indulge in chicken.
Right.
It just depends on what I feel like eating, right?
Okay.
But most of my diet, 80% of my diet is
plant-based.
It's plant-based.
Okay, so talk to me about, I'm going to use me, someone like myself. I am moving my body, but I want to be healthier as far as like what I ingest.
Right.
What would you suggest as far as like first steps? I'm brand new, right? I'm not coming out the army, right? So I don't have those type of disciplines. What would you suggest for someone who wants to just get the ball moving?
Okay, first I will have to assess your diet. Okay, because when somebody, like, I can tell everything I need to know about a person based off what they eat, right?
Okay.
Whether they have emotional issues,
right?
Because a lot of times we eat things because of trauma.
Yeah.
And you ever have a craving? Why are you craving that? What's the underlying reason behind you craving that certain food?
So I love chips.
So a lot of times when people crave chips, it's crunchy, right? And it soothes anxiety. Think about it. Like, when you grab some chips, I want you to think about it.
And I grab a lot.
I want you to be like, what am I thinking about? What am I anxious about? Am I worried about something? Does my mind ever stop? And most of the time it's because you're thinking about something and you need something to kind of like
soothe that.
So that crunchiness, it kind of alleviates. It's like, okay, I got something crunchy.
So what about sweets?
So
cookies,
sweets,
cakes.
A lot of times you have to assess your relationships in your life. What type of relationship do you have? Are you in a relationship? If you are in that relationship, is it a loving relationship? A lot of times when people gravitate towards sweets, they want sweet things in their life. And love is sweet.
Tori.
Love is sweet. Love makes you feel good. Think about when you had that chocolate cake, how good you feel. It feel like somebody gave you a hug and a kiss, right? And sometimes we actually need a hug and a kiss instead of eating that cake,
Wow.
But we gravitate and we self-medicate. And I want people to know and understand that the body is literally a computer. We have these symptoms. It tells us everything. And our body creates tumors. Our body creates all types of things to protect itself. And a lot of times we think that inflammation and all these things are bad. It's not. It's good. It's just, what is my body saying to me?
So the inflammation isn't, it's bad, but it's good because it's letting me know
It's
something
letting
is
me
going
know
on.
something is going on and the body is trying to fix itself.
How do you know if your body's inflamed? Like, what are some signs?
Just like if you're retaining water
Yes.
weight. If you're not sweating, because some people have like it's the whole lymphatic system. Like the body is a whole system. When we sit down and break down the body and go into anatomy and physiology, the body like just signals things. You could tell if somebody's lymphatic system, which controls infection, sweating, things of that nature. We can tell if that is clogged. Your body just tells you everything you need to know. Everything. Like you get certain things in your eyes when your liver is messed up, when your kidneys, like you can look at someone's tongue and tell them what's going on with other parts of their bodies.
Wow.
Yeah, like our skin is the largest organ. Our
Correct.
skin will scream and tell us what's going on. Like eczema is a sign of inflammation.
Okay, I can see that.
So, our bodies will swell.
Right.
Our bodies will retain water.
So even though someone with eczema and the doctors are prescribing the like lotions and creams.
Yes, steroids.
We really can cure eczema through food.
Do food and a detox. Most of the time our blood needs to be detoxed. And that's when you go to bitters. Like we're supposed to eat bitter foods. Not everything in life is supposed to be sweet. Not everything in life is supposed to taste
What's
good.
A bitter food, Chef?
So like dandelion root.
You can drink that in the tea?
Yes, wormwood, bitter melon. My family's from Trinidad. We used to eat a lot of bitter melon growing up, but I didn't know, bitters is to cleanse the blood. And a lot of times when we develop illnesses is because our organs are infested with parasites. Yes, we do have parasites. And a lot of times when we're hungry, we're not hungry. Those parasites are hungry.
And so feeding off of.
Yes, when we look at certain diseases, it's literally parasites in that body part or that organ. Because our body is just highlighting that, there are parasites present. That's why I'm having these symptoms.
It's scary to think about.
It is. It really is. That's why you have to have a detox. Because when you look at
a picture of what a parasite looks like, and to know that that's internally inside.
Yeah, they go in your heart, they go in your liver, they go in your lungs, they go everywhere. And just by the conditions that you have, you can tell exactly where the parasites lie. And I didn't believe in it. I had to test the theory. And sometimes we have to, not sometimes, all the time. In Caribbean culture, we detox every month. It's what we call a purge. I never knew what my grandmother was talking about. I just knew that I had to drink this senna, and I had to drink this dandelion root, and I had to drink this Andrews. I didn't know what. But that's what kept us very well grown up. I didn't have to go to the hospital for anything, never broke a bone, never had any crazy childhood diseases, none of that. And it's because of how my grandmother used to feed us. Wow. And she will always say, food is medicine and you are what you eat. She used to always say that. And I never understood that until I became an adult and I adapted the SAD diet, standard American diet. And I was eating McDonald's, Wendy's, Italian cheeseburgers, egg, and I'm telling you, I could be on my 600-pound life. Like straight. I love food, but I was like, I have to find a better way to make my food versus me falling victim and not being able to push away from the table.
So then births Green Genius.
Yes,
that's who you are. Where'd you get the name from?
So crazy. My husband, so he was alkaline vegan, and he like, if you know anything about alkaline vegans, they are very strict in their diet. So I basically showed him, like, they could only use a certain amount of ingredients, and I was able to make everything that he knew from his childhood that he loved, but an alkaline version of it. So he was like, oh, you're like legit a genius. And I was like, okay, yeah, I am. So let's put green in front of that because green is for plants. You know, and pink is my favorite color. You know, pink is for passion. A lot of people think that pink is a feminine color. Absolutely not. It's a masculine color.
How so?
Yes, because before, boys used to wear pink back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Boys used to wear pink, and girls used to wear yellow or blue.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pink is a derivative of red. It's just a
Yes,
lighter
lighter
hue.
version. Yeah.
And red is passion. Red
Yeah.
is strong. Red is fire. It's
Yeah.
the same thing. It's just a little sweeter. It's a little
Okay.
softer.
Okay.
So,
So green genius.
yes.
And then now you are really mindful as far as what goes on to the plate.
Yes. And I have a program called Plate School.
Plate school. Let's
So,
talk about it.
um, on January 1st,
Okay.
God woke me up
Okay.
like he
Hello.
always do.
Hello, Lord.
Yeah. So he woke me up and I heard plate school. And I said, plate school? What is God talking about this morning? So, and I heard the voice say, write it down.
Write it down.
So I wrote it down.
Make it plain.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to revisit that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the curriculum just started coming to me. They was like, you need to teach people how to build their plate.
Mm-hmm.
And not too long after that, they released the new was it food pyramid?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so crazy. So what we teach is 80% plants, 20% everything else.
Okay.
So we actually take a plate in a diagram. When we put 80%, it could be chickpeas, lentils, lettuce, tomatoes, whatever vegetables you want.
Right.
Long as that is
It's
covered,
80%.
it most of your plate, and you decide to have some chicken, you decide to have some mushrooms,
Right.
you decide to have whatever in that 20%, just you feel better because most of your plate is made up of plants. And then we have to choose plants that sustain us, because a lot of times when you eat plant-based, it goes through you very quickly.
Yes.
So then that's when you have the lentils, that's when you have the mushrooms, that's when you have the chickpeas, you have the more heavier versions of,
So
chicken.
are there the starch fit into this anywhere?
Starch can, like, if you want to have some pasta, but it has to be that 20%.
Gotcha.
So
it's not on the 80%.
No, it has to be that 20%. So if you keep things to about a half a cup, a cup to a half a cup, you're managing yourself, honestly. And you don't have to be like, oh dang, yo, what do I eat now? No, if most of your plate is comprised of plants, you're not going wrong with anything. That means you're only having a little piece of chicken, steak,
some salmon,
however, but most of your plate is made up of veggies.
Okay.
And then learning how to choose those veggies to fill those spaces.
So plate school is it an actual place? Can I go visit this? Or
we're working on a location, but right now it's a concept where I do like pop-ups and stuff like that, or I go into offices and I teach people how to eat better for, work performance, sports performance. Depending on who you are as a person and what you require, plate school can be geared and customized to the client.
That's so cool.
So like, say you like, oh, I'm going to use me, for example. Oh, my 20-year reunion is coming up May 2nd.
Right.
Oh, I want to be able to squeeze into this nice little dress. So let me eat in accordance to this and gear my workouts towards that. Because I have a client now, his name is Taj, and he was telling me how he's had a personal trainer. He's like, his personal trainer tried to explain to him how to eat. He just didn't understand. So what I do is I break things down, like the Army likes to say Barney style. Okay. I need you, when you go inside the store, to read the ingredients on the back. If you can't pronounce it, do not buy it.
That's hard.
If it does not say tomato, salt, garlic, if it doesn't say those whole foods and it got some monodextro, whatever in front of it, put it down. You don't need it. Simple ingredients. 100% coconut water, not coconut water, citric acid, potassium. I don't need you to add potassium to coconut water, because guess what? It naturally has 5 essential electrolytes in it. That's nature's Gatorade. Why you're putting this?
I had some this morning.
Yeah. So when you go out and you're eating or drinking something, read the ingredients.
Okay.
That's what plate school is, like whole intentional ingredients.
So that's at home. How does a person finagle that, or I'm going out to eat, right?
Oh, and my client experienced this the other day, because his family goes out all the time, like once a month, and he called me. I was like, he called me while he
from
was
the restaurant.
He called me, and I was like, and the first thing he was like, yeah, I'm out here. I said, what you eat?
Right.
And he was like, oh, I had salmon and I had string beans, French string beans, and they had potatoes on the side, but I didn't eat the potatoes.
Nice.
I said, high five.
Nice.
High five. So, I tell them to get a lean protein like salmon, chicken, even a steak, right? But don't try to get no tomahawk steak. Get you a 6 out steak. That's
Okay.
fine. That's
Okay.
enough. Right? And then you get you a salad or get you some whatever green they have in there, get
Mm-hmm.
it. Order it. You know?
What's your thoughts on sweet potatoes?
So I prefer so orange sweet potatoes are a hybrid and they're
Okay.
higher in starch and they're higher in sugar.
Okay.
I recommend purple sweet
I've
potatoes.
heard about it.
Yes, purple sweet potatoes are better. They're butterier and they're less in calories and lower in starch, and it's much better for you. So I tell people to eat those
Okay.
instead of the orange sweet potatoes because
Okay.
I don't play with those. And
Really?
you could do like candy yams and all that stuff with the purple sweet potatoes. Just use some maple syrup,
Oh my
and
God.
you can use maple syrup. You can use the same nutmeg, allspice, cinnamon.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you how I'm feeling sitting here talking to you. I have two feelings happening. I am extremely inspired,
Oh,
right? I'm inspired, but I'm also, there's like a mini death happening
mm,
inside of me, right? Because when you start to hear about these things that you love so much, or you've been eating, or for the longest people have been telling you is good for you,
mm-hmm,
and then you're learning, when you learn about the science of the food, it's like,
mm-hmm.
no, it's not.
Oh, it'd be all lies.
It's like, oh,
Because we pass trauma down through the plate. We do.
through the plate.
We do. We gravitate towards soul food. That's
That's
why I tell
that's
people
a bumper sticker. We pass trauma down through the plate.
we do. We do. Think about it. People still eating chitlins. Like why are we doing
Yeah,
that?
I never
Why are
had
we eating
those a day in
chitlins?
my life.
Why are we eating these things as if we're still enslaved people?
Yeah,
It's so much more to life than just eating that stuff. And when you open your mind up and you open your palate up and you travel the world, you realize all food is kind of like soul food.
mm.
I done met, a Korean woman that made me feel like, lady, can I marry you? Because
Right,
this food's so
right.
good. Like, I would eat this food all the time. Like, I love food like that. And I've
Uh-huh.
met so many different women, especially Haitian women. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God. Like, I learned so much.
Mm.
And as a Trinidadian, I can say that like I learned so much from other people and how they eat
Mm-hmm.
that I respect it. And
Yeah.
the first ingredient on my plate is always respect because
Nice.
I'm gonna make sure that whatever your culture is, whatever your ancestry is honored. I'm not gonna sit here and develop a meal plan for you with some foreign type meals that you know nothing about. I'm going to
Right.
research who you are and we're going to make foods
Yeah.
that are healthy for you, like how your ancestors made.
So what about snacks?
Snacks, you can always go to like trail mix. You can make
Mm.
cookies. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just the type of things that you use. It's the ingredients that you use. Like I make a lemon blueberry pound cake
Mm.
cookie that make you want to slap your mama. But
Where
it's
is it?
literally I have to like
Okay, I'll
you could
call you.
order
I'll
it.
call you.
So it has fresh blueberries in there.
Mm-hmm.
I use incorn flour, which is an ancient grain,
Mm-hmm.
and I use actual lemons.
Mm-hmm.
I use actual whole ingredients, and it's much better for you. And then I use a sugar that's monk fruit
Yeah.
that has zero sugar in it, but
Right.
it tells your brain,
It's,
oh,
that
this
is
is sweet,
sweet.
and you can't tell the difference. You can't tell this is a healthy cookie because I want to be able to enjoy that.
Do we need to retrain our brain? Like
Yes,
if we've been eating the
yes.
wrong thing for so long.
Yes, it all starts with behavior changes because what I've learned in nutrition coaching is the behaviors. You have to unlearn those behaviors and you have to rewire your brain to gravitate towards things that are better for you. If I show you with Green Genius that I can make that burger that
Mm-hmm.
you know and love, but
Mm-hmm.
instead of using,
Mm-hmm.
whatever type of beef, if you
Mm-hmm.
want beef that bad, let's go to a butcher, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're asking, let's go to a local farm where we know they're not putting these hormones and stuff
Mm.
inside of there. Or let's recreate it and make it green
Right.
and it gives you that same feel, same taste, same everything, but
Uh-huh.
it's actually good for you when you're intentionally eating and not just like, oh, I'm about to just throw this.
Why do you think it's taken us so long to reach that? Like, and I'm speaking about us, meaning like people of
Oh, it's
color. Like, what?
additives. Is they purposely put things to make people addicted to the food. So ultra processed food that have additives. It's making you crave those things, and then it's feeding those parasites. Those parasites want that
Mm-hmm.
particular food.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we've been kind of like brainwashed and
Yeah.
pushed to like these things even if we didn't want to, because of the things that they're putting inside of the food that's making us crave that
Do
stuff.
you find when you're working with the client when they first start eating cleaner or healthier that they don't like it at first? Like
No,
is
no, because I like I make it taste like what they
okay.
know and love. So they're
Okay.
not, and they literally always say, if I could eat like this
Right,
every
right,
day, I
right.
will eat like it, because I don't want you to feel like you're missing out on anything. So
Yeah.
I geared their plate towards what they like, the flavor profiles, but it's healthy. It's healthier versions and tasty versions,
Yeah.
because I actually like, it's so crazy. I can cook a lot of meat for a client,
Uh-huh.
and their favorite thing that I make is always the vegetables.
Vegetables.
I swear, like it's always like they. I'm like, how is this? How is it?
Yeah.
They be like, girl, that was good, but
Yeah.
those
Yeah,
vegetables, that asparagus,
I love
that and,
veggies too.
yeah, because
My
I make vegetables taste good. And a
yeah.
lot of times we don't go towards the healthy things because we think they're nasty.
Yeah.
Think about how many times they said they slap wellness on something and you
Correct.
eat it, you like,
Yeah.
I ain't never eating this again. I
Right.
don't want this.
Correct. So
This
then
is
we go back to
disgusting.
what
So we
isn't
go back
good.
to what is good, isn't good, or convenient. Where can you go around here and find something healthy on this strip? I can give you about 15 fast food restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
Think about people who work late, or it's
Yeah.
only
Grabbing
nonsense.
something to eat.
That's why with my brand, I want to be able to franchise to the point where we can get the early birds.
Mm-hmm.
We can get those people that work late, but they have actual healthy options that are whole foods. Because a lot of times, even with plant-based things or plant-forward things, they're made in the lab. Beyond Meat, Impossible
Mm.
Meat,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gardenia, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And they're slapping this lab food and saying, oh, it doesn't contain any animal products. But bro, it's processed and it
Right.
has chemicals, and I'm eating
And we're eating the
chemicals.
chemical.
There's no better, because my best friend's a food scientist, and she told me, she was like, if you're gonna do this brand, Victoria, like you really need to focus on whole foods, because
Mm.
why would you buy a Beyond patty and it's made of peas, processed peas,
Mm-hmm.
when you can go get you a bag of peas and
And
make
make
you a
it
burger
yourself
yourself
without the chemical.
without the chemicals? So now these healthy things are actually making us sick because our bodies cannot recognize what it is. That's why with these GMO, if you notice, allergies have gone up because our bodies
Yes.
cannot recognize
Yeah.
that.
Like what is this?
What is it? How do I break this down? How am I eating seedless things?
Yeah.
You need
Mm.
seeds to grow.
Yeah.
How am I eating? But
Right.
people lazy. Oh, I don't want seeds in my mouth. I
Right.
don't want
But
this.
that's the true
That's why
fruit.
they made tilapia, because it has no bones in it.
Correct.
People want to eat. They so greedy. They just want
Yeah.
to eat fast that they don't want to think about it. Like eating food is not a mindless thing.
Mm.
Digestion starts in the mind. Your
Okay.
mind says, I need to start digesting things. That's why I tell people, sit down,
Yeah.
designate time to eat, even if it's 30 minutes, that's enough, and
Right.
chew your food. And there's a certain order that you should eat your food in.
Really?
Yes, because things break down faster.
What am I eating first?
So you will eat first, like the vegetables. You eat the
Okay.
vegetables because they break down fast. You don't want to
Okay.
eat the vegetables last and say you have steak. Protein is the hardest thing for the body to break down. So
Okay.
now I got the steak
Mm-hmm.
that's holding up digestion,
Yeah.
right? Is
Oh,
there,
and then
and then
everything
I
is on
eat,
top of
and
that.
and then that's where gas comes in. That's when bloating,
Mm.
because that starts the fermentation process. And when things ferment, it becomes gassy and
Yeah.
it expands. That's why your belly extends.
Yes.
That's why you be smelling crazy. That's how soft, So it's a way that you have to eat your food, and
Veggies first.
veggies first. So that can be processed, and then the meat can be processed,
Mm. So
Um,
you don't eat around your you don't eat around your plate. You eat one thing at a time.
Yes. Based off of and then there's a such thing as food combinations. It's certain things that don't need to be together, because some things may be considered acidic and others may not. So you have to watch what you're pairing foods with so you can see if they digest well together.
Mm.
Because you don't want to eat something with different digestion rates.
Wow.
That's why like a cheeseburger is horrible, because you got, okay, let's say a cheeseburger deluxe. You got the bread, you got the lettuce, tomatoes, the onions, then you got the cheese, then you got the meat, like
Mm-hmm.
then you got the mayo. That's too much. The body is confused, like which one do I eat, because it's all in one. You're chewing it all together.
Chef Tori, you kicking some science.
Yeah, food is science. It really is. Food is literally science. And I've studied anatomy to the point where I be like, dang, it's crazy. Like, it's a method to
Mm-hmm.
everything. Like, it's a right way to do a lot of things. People just don't understand the structure.
Yeah.
And our ancestors understood that. We
Yeah.
eat too much. We eat entirely too much.
Wow.
Entirely too much. You're not supposed to eat before 12. If you're like breakfast, like break fast.
It
You're
should be
breaking your
intermittent.
fast. Think about when people fast in church and you break a long fast. You drink water first. You're not
Yeah.
going to eat no bacon, egg, and
Right.
cheese. Why would I eat a bacon, egg, and cheese if I had a mini fast already?
Mm.
While I'm sleeping, my body is not supposed to be digesting anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you shouldn't eat late at night. So now you're taking the digestion process over to the next day because digestion slows down. That's why people don't have regular bowel movements. It's a lot. Like, it's a
I'm gonna stop you because you kicking so much knowledge. Where could a person find you? How can we find Chef Tori? Because
oh
we need you.
on Instagram,
Okay.
Chef Tori Fun or Green Genius Fun. And
Mm-hmm.
then I have another Green Genius Meals. So in case you want to do like meal prep and stuff like that, or just regular education, I do wellness coaching, nutrition coaching.
Yeah.
It's all about like, and I'm not here to scare anybody. I
It's
don't,
not a, it's,
I
well,
don't
we need to
judge.
be scared, right? We
Yeah.
need to be because we need to learn and we need to do better.
Hmm.
And so putting it out there where a person could find you because someone's going to reach out to you, including myself,
Yes.
to move this forward because we want to be healthy. We want to do well. We want to be around as long as we can. So
Yes.
I thank you so much for coming on
You're
today.
welcome.
This
It
was
was fun.
amazing. If you loved or liked anything that you heard or saw today, please hit subscribe, hit like, share it out. I can be found on all podcast platforms, including YouTube. I pray that your day is filled with love, laughter, and learning, and I'll talk to you soon.